Yes, standalone with series potential works. My name is Jane. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. And actually, I helped James make his writing better. It was with a query letter, but this is a standalone with series potential. We use that phrase in the query letter. It was true. And how did that work out for them? It was great. They had a whole bunch of offers of rep. They got represented by a literary agent, and then we have a 3-book deal at auction. So that standalone with series potential is going to be released as a series. So we have first in a contemporary fantasy series. So agents know what you are doing when you say standalone with series potential. Now it needs to be true. There are a couple of different ways that you can phrase this. You can say standalone with series potential. That means that this book could stand alone, but or it is a standalone, excuse me, but you are envisioning that there's a series out there. You have a plan for what the rest of those books could do. This book is complete and it is satisfying and it has a full arc, but you are hoping that there's other books that you're going to be able to write. You have a plan for what those are going to look like. You maybe even have proposals written for them. You could say that it is first in a planned series that can stand alone if needed. And if you sort of like pause and think about that, this means that you have a plan for the whole series, but you could make some changes to the end of book 1 if this doesn't go the way that you hoped, and we could turn this into a standalone if publishers are not interested in the series and you're willing to like make some changes, and we'll come back and revisit this series again later, but this could be just a total standalone. Now, if neither of those things are true, you don't need to include that in your query letter. I don't know why I still have this behind me, other than it is very exciting and everybody wants to see exciting news in the publishing world. But if neither of those things are true, then you do not need to include any of that in your query letter. I sometimes work with clients that they have like standalone with series potential, and I'm like, that's unusual for your genre. And they're like, oh, I just thought I was supposed to include that. If you don't want to make it a series, then don't include any information about a series. You can write just a standalone. Standalones are extremely popular. They make up the bulk of the market. Even in science fiction fantasy, there are a lot of standalones. Like, if you're not writing what you think is going to be a series, don't make people think that you like. Just go ahead and be honest about what you're selling. On the flip side of that, if what you are writing absolutely must be a series and there's no other way out of that, then you need to be honest about that. If you're unwilling to make any changes or tweaks to the end of book 1 and it must be the first in a series, then you just need to know that it's the first in a series. Series are more difficult to sell, not impossible. Clearly, we have someone here who sold their first book as a series. That does not mean that it's going to happen for everybody, but it is possible. You need to be honest about what you're selling, and the standalone with series potential really does work.